The 16-game era is now over in the NFL. They are moving to a 17-game schedule. What does this mean for the players in the league? And more specifically, what does this mean for the Bucs?
Climb aboard with Steven and Scott as they set sail on a journey to unite all Bucs fans and batten down the hatches.
So briefly, what do you think it means for just the players? I mean, the players were never really a fan of this for years. I feel like they've been trying to push for this. Yes?
Yeah, the players don't like it at all. A lot of them are playing an extra game without getting an extra game check, so their salary is going to be spread over that game, and some players are eligible if they signed a deal before February 25th of 2020. I believe I read. So the players that are signing after that date, the vet minimum guys, all of those guys are just playing an extra game and they're not getting more money for it. So they're kind of getting the shaft a little bit. There's a lot of rumors too that this is the owner's way of saying like, okay, we're going to try a 17 game schedule this year, and potentially down the road, maybe even next year, it's going to be an 18-game schedule with perhaps
2 buys.
I think the players are pushing for 2 buys in that. If they go to the 18-game schedule, I feel like it has to happen. A lot of them want it for the 17-game schedule.
The full schedule's not out with the dates and everything. We do know which teams are playing which. We just don't know when. You know what I noticed too is it's an odd number of games now, so some teams are going to have more home games than away games.
That's a reason why they wanted to push for more bye weeks to make it an even number again, because now you don't have 500 level teams like,
That's true. Yeah, the records are never going to be even.
Yeah, you don't have any 8-8 teams now.
So we know the Bucs schedule. We know who they're playing. We don't know when. The full schedule comes out May 12th, but we do know what teams we're up against, so we can check that out. First thing I take away from it is a good amount of the teams or the games we have to play are against teams that ended at 500 or worse. So right off the bat, I mean, a fairly weak schedule.
It favors the Bucs looking at it on paper as of right now.
For sure.
Like you said, obviously we don't know where these teams are going to be slotted or where our bye week is going to fit in.
Yeah, we could have a ridiculously hard road trip.
Last season after they finally gelled and got together, and with the continuity of bringing most of our players back, you look at the schedule, a lot of these teams have moving parts, change of coaching staffs. They're going to have to, get their players to buy into their systems.
So last year we obviously swept 2 teams and were swept by another team. The Saints swept us, and we were able to sweep the Falcons and Panthers. Going into this next season, who's like the biggest fear that you have? Who's going to keep us from winning the division this year, if anybody?
The Falcons are actually the team in the division that I would be the most worried about, because they have the biggest chance to improve. They have Arthur Smith from the Titans. He took Tannehill and turned him around. They actually got Mike Davis from the Panthers, which he's kind of that style of like bruising running back. Mm-hmm. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst.
Well, their offense has been able to in the past to put points up quickly.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, they just, was it last season where they just lost a bunch of games in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. I mean,
didn't they lose like 5 or 6 games going into the fourth quarter winning, and then they lost?
Yeah, I believe.
I mean, those are all winnable games.
And that's
you
coaching.
You go 4-12. Yeah, exactly.
If they buy into, his system and the GM they have in place now, the coach they have in place, the staff he's putting together, seems like kind of the perfect storm to get them back to where they need to be.
The Saints went 12-4. You would think they're probably not going to go 12-4 again this year.
You would hope.
Maybe they're closer to 500. Probably over.
Jameis
I don't
starts
know.
And the Jameis effect takes place.
Yeah, we get 6 or 7 picks between those 2 games.
Perhaps he's
easily
been known to throw 2 to 5 picks a game, and
he didn't like throwing to the Bucs when he was on our team, so he might not like doing it when he's not on our team.
Let's hope. Our secondary is becoming quite a group of ball hawks. So.
Oh yeah. Is he supposed to start? Is that the way they're leaning? Because I still feel like it's in the air. I don't know, though.
I would imagine it's going to be a mix of those 2 guys.
That makes sense. They'll probably start mixing it up at the beginning, maybe, and see if somebody takes off or gets hot, maybe.
Yeah. Jameis is the more traditional quarterback, which
is a very loose term for him.
Yeah. If you can call him that. My hope is that we're facing Jameis. The Panthers this year, too, they just traded for Sam Darnold. He's been known to throw some picks.
So what are they doing with their backup, Bridgewater? I actually like Bridgewater. I wouldn't have been mad if we ended up with him.
Yeah, I mean, he was the number 2 option if we didn't land Brady, even over Jameis.
I would definitely rather have him than Jameis.
I feel like he did enough for the Panthers that it's surprising that they
thought they needed a change.
Yeah, I felt like he kind of got a raw deal because they didn't have a ton of playmakers. Their offensive line is not great.
It's like they hung him out to dry 16 games and he didn't do that well, and they're like, all right, you're out.
Yeah, Bridgewater was behind a kind of makeshift O-line. He didn't have Christian McCaffrey, which is kind of their offense.
That's a big deal, yeah. I feel like McCaffrey was like a large percentage of their offense.
Yeah, the year before.
Like their offensive yards, he was like 60 or 70% or something of like all their yards.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're missing that guy, you're missing a lot.
Yeah, he's hurt early.
So as far as the rest of the schedule, we obviously play, our division team 6 times here. It looks like we play the entire AFC East. I would imagine the Bills are probably the scariest team out of that. Yeah, especially, I mean, we get them at home at least. But that's the scariest game we have probably next year. I mean, as far as record, they're definitely the toughest team.
Yeah, definitely. The Dolphins, they could definitely show huge improvement.
So the Dolphins, do you think they have a chance against us?
That's probably
not like an any given Sunday kind of chance. Like,
yeah, I mean, I would say there's a decent chance depending on how Tua continues to develop and what weapons they have and put around him. They'd be a team to watch.
We got to go to New England and play the Pats. Depending on what time of year that ends up being, that could be a factor. If you're saying they were trying to put that together for Thanksgiving, possibly
in November, late November, which probably would be snowing, or
it's a high potential
for sure.
Pretty cold.
And that whole rivalry that's probably developed, whether it's who gets the credit, Belichick or Brady?
Yeah, they definitely want to see that happen in the NFL.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like Tom should have put that to rest last year by winning the Super Bowl with a new team.
I would imagine.
And the Pats go 7-9 and don't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's do like a rapid fire here. Like,
all right.
If we can just go down the list. We have it now, right? So Jets, we're gonna get the dub.
I would say that should definitely be a win.
Pats. You want to skip that one and come back?
We can come back to that one.
That's a maybe. Dolphins.
I mean, I feel like we should.
We should beat
the Pats. Let's say that's a win. Let's
say that's a win.
I think Brady's gonna have a little extra.
Yeah.
Moxie in that game. He's gonna want that one.
Couple extra shots of wheatgrass that week.
Yeah. Maybe stay away from the avocado tequila.
The Finns. It's a win.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Let's go with it. Let's go with the win on that one.
Let's say, I mean, I could see unless we think we're going undefeated, 17-0, first time ever.
Yeah. It's possible.
If anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be us.
Yeah, I mean,
next year.
Let's keep that undefeated streak rolling.
Let's say the Bills take us. I would say.
All right.
I'll give us an L there. That's the hardest team on our schedule.
Yeah.
According to last year. Colts, lost their. They don't have Phillip Rivers, which is probably a big reason for the 11-5 because the year before that they were not very good, right?
Yeah, and they actually traded for Carson Wentz, so I would say that's a W. I hope
not a Carson Wentz fan.
I hope to see some picks on that one for sure. I feel like he's a little overrated. Philly, that's a win.
Win? You think that's a win? Go up there and stomp Philly?
Yeah, I feel like we have their number ever since we took them down in the vet.
Ever since we shut the vet down?
Yeah.
That was a good day.
That was amazing.
Shout out to Rondé Barber.
I was just about to say that.
Washington, think they pull a little Fitz magic on us?
That's a potential. But we also will have our defense hopefully in full force. So yeah. I don't know. We'll go with a win for that one.
We actually play almost. Oh wait, I got the wrong divisions here. Oh, they are the East.
Washington is NFC East, yeah.
Okay, no, these two.
Oh yeah, Cowboys are.
Okay, so we actually play the entire East too.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. I had the wrong things up the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
That's all right. I think you can be forgiven.
Just realized a data entry error.
Yeah.
But I have since fixed it. We do also play the entire NFC East.
Those interns.
Yeah. So you think we got one loss from the AFC East, then we also play the NFC East, continuing with the Cowboys here, and then the Giants, who finished 6-10.
I don't know. Those are two teams I feel like we always kind of have
I feel like
some
too.
kind of back and forth.
For some
with.
reason, the Cowboys give us problems.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Dak will probably be back healthy. Their receiving core is pretty deadly. That could be one of those toss-up games.
Come back to the Cowboys, the Giants.
That's another one that's a toss-up
Toss-up.
game. For me, I feel like we always have like
We got them at home.
nail-biter games against the Giants. That's
Yeah.
true. Both of those are at home, so
That's a plus.
maybe we could confidently call
I
it.
feel confident definitely with the Giants. The Jets, or excuse me, the Cowboys, Dak.
Scare you a little.
If Dak is back and he's always dangerous. So is Ezekiel Elliott. You never know.
But we do have the number one run defense. Hopefully that continues as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident here too against
You
the
want to
Cowboys.
go W?
I would say yeah.
Yeah, let's do W. Why not?
Who's counting?
I like seeing them up there.
The Bears.
The Bears. We
lost to them by a point, right?
Yeah.
We should have won though.
I
That was
feel
a
like
terrible,
we should
stupid loss.
definitely beat the Bears.
Again at home,
They
the redemption game.
also lost Cordell Patterson, who went to Atlanta, and he was kind of giving us some fits. So yeah, let's go W with
W
the Bears.
there. 2 Falcons games. They scare you. You know, it's hard to sweep a team twice in a year. Obviously, we did do it to them last year.
Yeah.
Let's say they get better and maybe take one from us.
Yeah, let's
Right?
give them their
We'll
home
split.
their home game. Our away game, let's give them the split.
Yeah.
That's a deadly offense. We should be able to handle their defense with our offense, but I don't know. Something about the Falcons always
Yeah.
gives
I mean,
me a
again,
little-
they're capable of putting up 40 points.
They could really turn it around with
50
Arthur
points.
Smith for sure.
Yeah. Panthers.
I feel like we should sweep them.
Okay.
They're going to be in that transition with Darnold.
The Saints, personally, I would also say split.
Split.
Yeah. I feel like,
you never know with them.
they'll squeak a win out against us. I just feel like it's possible.
Definitely our biggest rival, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely lately.
Probably the away game, I would think.
Especially since we went in there and beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, in their house.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll want that one back.
They're capable of squeaking a win out on us. I could see Jameis coming in too and doing something ridiculous and just like in the playoff game.
Yeah,
he came in and threw a touchdown out of nowhere and it's just like
his only play was
face palm, dude. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Then the Rams, I mean, another basically one of the better teams. Of course, they made some changes this offseason.
They have Stafford.
Do you think they got
which
better with Stafford?
I think they got better
Yeah?
for sure. I'm a fan of Stafford.
Do you think the Lions got better?
I don't.
No?
I feel like they got worse. They lost both their.
Well, I mean, just with that quarterback swap.
No,
No?
definitely not. I'm not a huge golf fan.
No?
I definitely feel like Stafford kind of had a raw deal being on the Lions. I have high hopes for him with the Rams. I feel like they might be one of the best teams with the changes that they made. I feel like that's a game we could
Take an L.
potentially, yeah.
And it's away. It's hard to
Traveling.
travel, So we got 4 losses. So you're saying we're gonna go what's that, 13-4? Because it's 17 games
17 games, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. That's good.
So since the 16-game era is over, it lasted from 1978 to 2020.
Okay.
Can you tell me who the most losing franchise was in that time span?
Is it the Bucs?
No. The Bucs were actually in third.
Wow.
Third from the bottom. We were 276 wins, 403 losses, and 1 tie in that span.
Okay.
There's actually 2 teams worse than us in the 16-game era.
I want to say either the Browns or the Lions, maybe?
That's it. Both of them.
Really?
That's it.
That's the top 3?
The worst team was the Lions.
Yeah.
Over that entire span. Basically 39%, 39.6% wins. Browns 39.9. Bucs 40.7%.
Wow.
Those were the worst 3 teams in that entire span of 16 games. But it just goes to show you the Bucs were the 3rd worst and went out on top.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. I mean,
We shut that down and we shut the vet down.
shut the vet down.
Can you tell me who the most winning team was?
It's got to be the Patriots, right?
It is not the Patriots.
Really?
They are second.
Interesting.
From 1978 to 2020, the most winning franchise in the 16-game era.
1978 to 2020.
The Patriots are second, 60.3. They went 410 and 270. Not one tie.
Interesting. Who would be above them? Maybe 49ers or Steelers?
It is the Steelers. They were 60.9% wins. I saw this and I was like, oh, this is interesting. So yeah. The Lions, the worst team. All right, yeah, what do you guys think of our 4-loss prediction season? Let us know what you guys think if we got any wrong.
If you have any trivia, ideas, or questions,
I gotta find more. You like that?
leave them in the comments.
Thanks for checking out the video. We appreciate it. Consider subscribing to our channel for more Bucs content. Catch you guys in the next video.